1 of 5 from the field, none of 3 from deep. He had to score 3 rebounds, 2 assists.
Well, I've seen small ball before, but this is ultra small. My 36s. Hiram Harris playing the 5, Antonius Cleveland playing the 4, Sunday Detch, Ian Clark and Mitch McCarron. And you can afford to do that with no Keanu Pinder out there. And Majid Deng just playing the 9 minutes.
So Shannon Scott with a new career high, getting into the 20s.
It's been terrific.
Had 13 in that second quarter alone. He's put together a good season. So 3 minutes played in the last quarter. Adelaide up 15. Needed 7 seconds to get across the halfway line. Suggested a travel in there, but a whistle provided by Vaughn Maybury.
It's definitely a travel, but it depends whether the foul came first. It looks like it has. But again, Shannon Scott getting up the floor, just trying to be a nuisance. Made them have to dish the ball out of Sunday Detch's hands and nearly got the turnover.
Ready, guys? Ready?
4 fouls on Shannon Scott now. Hasn't fouled out of a game this season. Clark. 7 points on 3 or 4 shooting for him, and now he's into double figures.
And that's why he's there. Big plays down the stretch to put the game to rest.
He's a handy acquisition, that's for sure.
But you can't go under the screen. I mean, Ian Clark, he's a knockdown shooter. You're trying to set a tone, trying to get back into this game. You've got to be more aggressive. Scott. I mean, Ian Clark just walks into a 3-ball.
Demand Taipans without Keanu Pinder, who's 5th in scoring in the league at 18 a game and 10 rebounds, leads the competition. He's out. Hogue, who they were hoping big things from, and he's been restricted to 4 on a season average of 17. Shot clock rolls down into red numbers. He was patient, got a nice cut there from Shannon Scott, who continues to build this career high to 23.
8 of 12 from the field, 4 rebounds, 4 assists.
Great game, great performance individually.
There's no reason why he can't have this kind of impact when they're at full strength. Just to kind of take a bit of the pressure off Keanu Pinder.
Here's Clark, shot clock at 7 against Wardenberg. Gets it outside Cleveland. The pass was on, he elected to fire, couldn't finish it. Scott tried to tap it to the advantage of Wardenberg and almost tipped it back in. And Keanu Pinder has led this team in scoring in 8 games out of their 17. Season high 34. And that's why they are missing such an influential piece tonight. As I mentioned, also the league's leading rebounder. He gets it done at 50% from the field, and top 5 in the competition getting to the free throw line. So when your offense isn't working, he gets to the strike. But tonight, without him, it has been heavy weather. So the challenge now for them is to just mitigate these circumstances as much as they can. Their biggest loss this year was against Perth. They lost by 29 to Perth and by 22 to Perth. 2 times that they played them. Their only other defeat that was in double digits was against the New Zealand Breakers when they lost by 11. So 4 of their 7 losses have been by single digits. Here's Hogue waving away Scott, wanting some room to work in against Johnson, who bumps him taking the shot, and Hogue is off to the free throw line for the first time tonight.
He had to make something out of nothing there, because DJ Hogue held that ball for an awful long time. Like what he saw in front of him. And that's what he does so well. He's just so smooth and so patient when he attacks the rim. Cleveland had his hands in there, just couldn't get there in time.
And right now, what you need to do is do exactly that. Get to the free throw line, get buckets, try to close this deficit with the clock not moving.
When these teams met early this month, Hogue was quiet on that occasion as well. As I mentioned, he averaged 17 a game. He had 7 on that game. None of 4 from long range. Just hasn't worked against Adelaide.
It's been something the way I've seen him go about his business. He hits a couple shots potentially early in the first, but then he just goes away, and it's too easy. That's a way to break a press. And in the 4th quarter, he seems to get really aggressive.
You know what was impressive about that? The ball did not touch the floor.
Bit of netball.
You
tell me any netball rules?
I don't know any netball rules either. No Shania Twain. No netball rules.
And you're getting.
And she was a superstar.
Yes,
Shania Twain was a superstar. I know that. I just didn't know the song.
Play it wherever you go for New Year's. Get it. Request it. There's a new remix of it. Bang it.
Waterberg grabs the board. He's fourth in that category. Just get a sense the Taipans are making a move here. Scott adds another 2. He's got 25. They're back to within 11. And CJ Bruton pulls a stop to it. Timeout Adelaide.
It is. We know. They went on a 16-0 run in about 3 minutes.
Yeah.
There's 4:44 left on this clock. Plenty of time.
As I mentioned earlier, they've got a habit of doing it 6 times this year. They've come from double figures down to win. And that's out of their 10 victories. So it's the way they like it. But Adelaide by 11. Now using the clock to their advantage. Johnson. Got it to Franks. Shot clock to red numbers here against Hogue. Muscles up. Hogue's defense was outstanding. Swatted the shot away. Brings it back for the Taipans. Looking to get the margin to single digits. Hogue at both ends of the floor. It's a 9-point game.
Oh, boy. Now, that pass from Daniel Johnson was trying to get to Ian Clark. Robert Franks put his hand out to steal it, but Daniel Johnson's got to be more aggressive.
One-on-one, you got Ben Air on you, and why are you passing?
Oh, I'm as shocked as you are. As soon as they threw the ball, that's all they wanted to get. Here's DJ Hogue on the other end, and Daniel Johnson just looked to pass first. He's never done that in his life.
11-2 run from the Taipans in the last 2.5 minutes.
It is game on.
They flipped that switch.
Flip or flick?
Both.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. I did
you
a
go
piece
with
on
flick, right?
Oh, no, I did a piece on it. I ended up using both as well.
Why not? Well, Adelaide had trouble closing out against Brisbane on Thursday night. And it got very interesting down the stretch. And again, they milked the clock here. Johnson against McCall, playing with 4 fouls. Shot clock to 2. Johnson's fall away off the mark from close range. Franks is foul. With a shot clock expiring in the background, they're going to count the 2.
Yeah, that's a goaltend, but Adam Ford is livid. He thought this was an offensive foul.
We can't check it. We can't check it.
Oh, tell you what.
If Murphy's on delivering us a flop warning.
Wow, so Jim McCall's going to get a flop warning after all of that. It's the left arm extension for me that made this look a lot worse. That right there. I thought it was a good no call in the beginning, but just that little bit of an extension, probably very lucky in the end.
Less than 4 minutes to play. Adelaide by 11. McCarron and CJ Bruton talk it over.
Nice steadier. Rob Franks, 11 points, 4 of 10 in the field. Have another look at it here. Just that little bit of a left arm. Jim McCall definitely sold it. Make no mistake of that.
Adelaide got lucky that possession.
Yep.
That's a fadeaway on a guy half your size.
With 4 fouls.
So I think they're looking at to see
Gotta
whether
power up, man.
I think they're looking to see whether if that ball hit the rim or not. If this gets off in time. So let's have another look here. It's an air ball. Oh,
It may have skimmed.
may have skimmed the rim.
Contact.
Other than that, it's definitely a shot clock violation. That's what I thought. Adam Ford was mad about the charge. He's mad about the shot clock. So if that ball has skimmed the rim, so they're going to wave it off. It's a shot clock violation. There you go. So they've had a look at it to see, and that ball hasn't touched the rim apparently. It doesn't count.
It is a whole lot of time left in this one.
So no matter what the final equation is here, another great gutsy effort from the undermanned Taipans to get back and keep this alive inside the last 4 minutes. Never a dull moment. Get to a Taipans game when they get to your venue. You won't be disappointed. So a chance now for Cairns once more to edge a little closer. They started this quarter down 10. Scott picks them on and earns a trip to the free throw line. McCarron doesn't like the call, but it's his second personal.
No, a lot of the players don't. They're sprinting straight over, and CJ Bruton went straight to whoever he's got with the quick replay to see if he wants to challenge this. And it looks like straight on the right wrist.
He hit him in the hand.
Hit him on the hand. So CJ Bruton went straight across to quickly have a look at it himself. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So everyone wanted to travel.
And Scott to the free throw line, 3 of 4 tonight. Having his first game in the NBL. He's 27 of 28 from the free throw line coming into this game. Shannon Scott at 96%. So he has missed a free throw tonight. It's the first time in 9 games that he's missed a free throw.
Tony Cleveland just tried to check in after the first free throw. This is not the NBA, sir. You cannot do that.
Buckle up, 3.5 to play. The Cairns Taipans from 18 down have got it back to 8. 13-2 run for the Cairns Taipans. And McCall steals the pass. McCarron with his hands full here. McCall bustles his way in, adds another 2. He's got 17, and the Taipans are back to within 6.
This was just a 17-point deficit in the fourth.
Well, Adelaide came from 19 down to beat Cairns earlier this month. Cairns going to repeat the favour here. Drimmick wanted a foul.
Drimmick might be setting the record for most challenges asked in the last 60 seconds. Same play they ran with that little curl action. And he's saying that it came off to Jim McCall's hip. This angle's going to tell us that... Oh, there you go. He's got a good case.
Looked like it went off his hand after it went off the hip.
3:10 left on the clock. And Adelaide, who led it 78-60.
There we go. So they're challenging it. These ones are kind of those bang-bang calls where Anthony Drimmick doesn't have... There's not a lot of whole control there. So how... It's whether it hits his hip after it clearly hits to Jim McCall's hip, which forces it out. But does it graze Anthony Drimmick's hip on the way out?
And the point we need to make it has to be conclusive evidence that the call is wrong. Unless there is conclusive evidence to overturn it,
so having a look,
then you can't.
Great hands from Ben Air. So that hits there and... Oh.
It hit Drimmick last.
I think you're right.
Because you see the way it changes direction from where Tajir McCall's hips going directly across, and the ball ends up coming towards the screen here. So have another look. Great hands from Ben Air. With Tajir McCall's hip, it should be going right, and then it starts to divert straight towards us there. I think you're right.
Coach's challenge is unsuccessful. The call on the floor.
You got it. Ending 2022 with the correct coach's challenge.
So the Taipans fans are getting excited here. And rightly so. They scored the first 2 points of the game. But Adelaide have led for the vast majority of it, including a 10-point lead in the second, a 10-point lead at three-quarter time, and by 18 points with 6.5 to play. With 3 minutes to play, the margin is 6. Taipans with momentum. And Shannon Scott and Tajir McCall taking them on, and Tajir McCall's off to the free throw line again.
Just leaves it all out there.
They're doing a great job. You know why? They're getting to the free throw line and stopping the clock.
They're just turning the corner, putting his head down, and
so this will be free throws number 7 and 8 this quarter for them, and none for Adelaide. And when you consider the edge in height that Adelaide has, that should be really the other way around. McCall to the free throw line, and while he's doing that, with Hungry Jack's NBL Whopper your way to LA, just grab any large burger meal at Hungry Jack's and enter your receipt code to win 4 tickets, flights, spending money and accommodation to a basketball game in the USA. Get involved in that.
Last time these two teams played, the great escape from Adelaide. It's a really good play from Mitch McCarron. Knocking that ball off the rim.
In traffic, ball pass picked off by Ben Air. Hogue is overdue. Punches down his first three of the night. And the Taipans are back to within 2.
You gotta be kidding me.
Mitch McCarron with a really smart play to tip it off the rim and then turns it straight over. DJ Hogue, they couldn't possibly.
Drimmick against Wardenberg in traffic. Offensive foul called on Anthony Drimmick. McCall getting it done at the defensive end.
I'm up and about. This is just unbelievable effort from this Cairns Taipans outfit. That is one of the strongest fist pumps in the crowd I've ever seen. Have a look at this to Jim McCall. He was there for about a week. Easy call.
Taipans have outscored Adelaide 18 points to 2 here in the last 4 minutes.
That is the epitome of the switch. They just get into this mindset. They love it.
14-0 run.
Unbelievable finish here from the Taipans, and they're not done yet. They scored 16 unanswered points in that second quarter. And the fans excited as well. Trusher enjoying our coverage of the Hungry Jacks. NBL McCall went hard at them, and Franks had the answer, and McCall stayed down after the play as well. 5-on-4 fast break here for Adelaide.
McCall getting back now. That is an incredible athletic contest in the air. That's going to be a charge too.
Another charge.
Points waved away, and Adelaide so nervous at the offensive end that no one appeared wanting to take the responsibility.
Well, firstly, we're going to have another look at that athletic contest between Tajim McCall and Robert Franks. Let's have a look at this. So, DJ Hogue, you speak about nerves, you're spot on, Case, because that's an easy call.
Well, they had a 5-on-4 fast break. McCarron at the top of the key with room to play into, and then they switched it around the perimeter because no one seemed like they wanted to take the responsibility.
That's when you get a guy like Ian Clark and you put him in the game right now to close this game out. Helps close the game out.
Let's go courtside to Joe Healy.
I imagine it is coming through the broadcast, guys, but the momentum in this building has completely shifted. The Adelaide body language is really flat. Cairns, on the other hand, the bench is up and about. The crowd are vibing, and all of a sudden, it definitely feels like New Year's Eve again in here.
Oh, what a way to finish the calendar year in the Hungry Jacks NBL. Almost lost control. Shannon Scott's beaten the man. He's the man right now to tie the ball game away with 90 seconds to play. 16-0 run from the Cairns Taipans has them on level terms.
The second 16-0 run in this game.
Shot clock to single digits for Adelaide. Poor pass. Almost scooped up by Hogue. This is Franks. He's going to have to fire with the shot clock about to expire. He gets to the baseline and doesn't get it off in time.
What is going on? This is outstanding defense from the Taipans, but Case, you said it best. It's just nervous. They're just nervous on the offensive end. No one's making any sort of confident plays or aggressive plays, and they're just settling for this. Look at Sam Wardenberg just moving his feet, moving his feet. Robert Franks wanted the foul. That's a shot clock violation.
That's why you have Ian Clark. Put him in the game. He's the guy that make the plays happen.
Well, Cairns with a chance to take the lead after being down 17.
18, in fact, in this last quarter.
This is normally the man in the fourth quarter.
Hogue gets to the rack, puts Cairns in front for the first time since the opening minute of the third quarter. Amazing turnaround from the Cairns Taipans.
Here is Ian Clark, Corey. You asked for it, so it's probably a minute and a half late.
In the corner, Clark.
Put Ian Clark in the game. This is why you have him on your team.
NBL 23 is bonkers.
15 points.
This is absolutely outrageous.
Clark has 8 points in this last quarter as well.
You kidding me? You got this guy on your team and you had him on the bench? Our team got to go on a damn near 18-0 run for you to put him back in?
Case, I feel like we are getting unfairly scrutinized if we're the ones keeping him on the bench.
Reaching in from behind them, McCarron deflecting the ball.
Oh, they're going to get 2 chances here. If they want to take a quick one and 2 for 1, they just need a really good look. Oh, who else?
And they do get a quick release.
Oh,
and knocking down the 3 on the biggest night of his career. Shannon Scott's got 31, and the Taipans lead by 2.
This is incredible.
11 of 15. Oh, my goodness.
It's unfathomable. It's without fathom.
36ers trail by 2. Franks kicks outside to Clark. Scott right there with him. Moves inside the three-point line. Missed it by a long way.
They're going to have to foul. Adelaide are going to have to foul here.
McCarron realises that. They go to Wardenberg.
That's the man you want to foul. Although he's been good tonight. But this
is unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Oh, Happy New Year's, everybody. It's not over yet either, but I'm lost for words, Case. I just don't know what we've just witnessed. There's the foul. Been very lucky not to potentially be upgraded there Sunday. Depth, that little hug, that little wraparound, so often gets upgraded. Big free throws here from Tajir McCall.
6 of 9 from the free throw line tonight. That was way off the mark. This one will give them a 3-point lead, and Adelaide needing a 3-ball to send it to overtime.
That's the one he needed.
Gets it.
Now, if you're the Taipans on this possession, you just do not foul. If they hit a 3, you go and play an extra 5 minutes. But away from going on this momentum run where everyone just gets nervous on the other team, and that's what happened.
So Adelaide, with less than 8 seconds, down 3. McCarron, well, the pass is a sticky one. Did well to get it. They get the open man they wanted, and the 3-ball is off the mark. Loose ball scramble here. McCall gets after it, and the Cairns Taipans have written one into their history books without Keanu Pinder, their leading scorer and the league's leading rebounder. They've come from 18 down in the last quarter and prevailed over Adelaide 86-83.
Unbelievable effort from that Cairns Taipans unit. They are up and about. Oh, watch out, Gilligan. Watch out, Gilligan.
Is going down.
Thank you for watching. Kung nagustuhan mo ang video na ito ay mag-subscribe ka na sa ating channel. Paki-follow na rin ang ating Facebook page Utak Pilipinas. Again, this is D Sports TV. Paalam.